And next Thursday and Friday, the International Court of Justice will hold a hearing in the framework of South Africa's accusation against Israel of committing genocide in Gaza. Social movements from all around the world are calling for organizations in every country to support South Africa in the hearings and hold Israel accountable. To go deeper on the matter, we welcome Suzanne Adely, President of the National Lawyers Guild in the U.S. and member of the International Coalition of Human Rights Organizations for the End of Genocide in Palestine. Hello, Suzanne. Welcome to From the South.
You.
Can you hear me, Suzanne?
I can hear you.
Okay, welcome. Suzanne, first thing first, tell us more about the initiative to bring together global social movements to support South Africa before the ICJ. What is the plan and its importance?
Our coalition began forming several weeks ago, and it was officially launched on December 30th, a day after South Africa's crucial application in the International Court of Justice. And the coalition includes human rights organizations, anti-war organizations, and representatives of civil society and popular movements that are calling for and demanding an end to the genocide in Palestine. And we recognize that there are many legal institutions, progressive legal institutions that are working to hold Israel accountable for their crimes in Gaza and in all of Palestine, but we felt it was important to build a coalition representing popular movements that are strongly anti-colonial, anti-imperialist, and support global social justice to raise their voices along with these legal organizations to demand an end to the genocide, to demand accountability under international law, and to use our movements to put pressure on governments throughout the world to follow the same leadership as states as South Africa have, to use our international legal mechanisms to end the genocide.
Suzanne, what is the legal framework? What convention or law does South Africa base its accusation against the Israeli government?
Well, South Africa, like many states, is a party to the Genocide Convention. And they have produced a strong, really outstanding legal complaint charging Israel with genocide, showing that Israel's actions are genocidal in character, as they are committed with the requisite specific intent to destroy Palestinians in Gaza as part of the broader Palestinian national, racial, and ethnic group. They have, the complaint is about 84 pages, and they have documented about 10 pages of direct quotes from Israeli officials who are expressing clear contempt for this genocide. And one of the first things that our coalition has done was to produce a letter calling on nations around the world who are also parties to the Genocide Convention to officially support South Africa's filing in the World Court by drafting their own declarations of intervention backing South Africa's complaint. And that letter has now over 800 signatures of organizations from around the country supporting that demand. Additionally, in the past few days, we've heard that Malaysia, Turkey, and Jordan are going to be making official moves to officially support the South Africa filing. And although it's a short window of time, I think there's still an opportunity for other states to follow that lead.
How important is for other governments to file declarations of intervention, as you were saying, at the International Court of Justice in support of South Africa's genocide case against Israel?
Really, it's imperative. And it's imperative for a couple of reasons. I mean, the first is we're seeing genocide being committed before our eyes. We're seeing genocide live streamed. We know, the world knows what is taking place. And we need to do everything that we can to stop that genocide from happening. And if we need to get a ruling from the World Court in order to strengthen our ability to put a stop to arming and funding Israel, then we need to make sure that that happens. But another reason why it's imperative is because in many ways, South Africa's case is going to be a test of the whole international legal structure, of the whole international legal order. This is in many ways, both in the legal case in the ICJ and in the larger popular movement throughout the world, there's been a turning point in support for Palestinians and their liberation struggle, as well as a turning point in piercing through the veil of impunity that Israel has had throughout its existence as a violent settler colonial state. And the success of this complaint by South Africa, either legally or politically, is really vital to ending the genocide, as well as preserving the integrity of the entire international legal system.
Suzanne, what can we expect after the hearings in next Thursday and Friday?
Well, I hope that we will get a ruling that agrees with South Africa's complaint charging Israel with genocide. And I hope then that ruling will then be followed by calls to take action to stop the genocide from happening. However, we know that the process can be unpredictable. It could be delayed. There could be, some other sort of legal barriers. We have to understand that despite, I think, the World Court being one of the strongest institutions that we have in the international legal system, many of the international legal systems are still sort of clouded by the influence of states like the United States, which we know themselves are aiding and abetting the genocide taking place in Gaza. And so it has implications for the United States as well as Israel. So they might be sort of making moves to legally and politically try to undermine South Africa's case. But what we hope is that our coalition and other organizations around the world will organize to uplift the necessary political pressure that the ICJ and the judges that sit there with integrity understand that there has to be a ruling that is putting in writing, that is putting in a legal analysis what the rest of the world knows and is witnessing before their eyes, that genocide is taking place. And that after that determination is made, then we need to figure out what the next steps are going to be to stop the genocide from happening immediately.
Thank you, Suzanne, for your time hearing from the South.
Thank you very much.
It's our pleasure.